Oh, gosh. God damn.
All right. We have Cheyenne Sellers, Diamond Miller, head coach Brenda Frese, Brene Alexander, and Abby Myers. Coach will start, and then we'll open it up to questions.
Yeah, wow. I mean, just a really incredible, special win. Like I told him in the locker room, I've done a lot of first year, but first time being able to have a team beat UConn. Definitely will remember win 601 because of this group. But what I love the most, obviously, the electric atmosphere we had in the building was sensational. It was the energy that we needed to be able to have. But really proud of just how we played. I thought we executed the game plan, switching, a lot defensively. I think, 2 years ago when we created this schedule, both of our rosters look a lot different than when we created it 2 years ago. And just can't say enough about our resiliency of executing defensively. We knew we needed to do that since we were going to be outmanned on the glass, which we were. But our defense and turning them over, and then really the four of these guys, just every single one of them, played with championship games and had to have all of Abby's scoring the nay late. I thought Diamond made so many championship plays for us when she would draw the attention of their scout and collapse and just make plays for others. That's what winners do. And then Shy had big moments as well, just being really aggressive and attacking them off the bounce. So, exciting for just what lies ahead.
Please raise your hand. We'll pass you the mic. We'll go to Kareem in front on the left first.
Hey, y'all. First off, congratulations. I want to ask you, Diamond, kind of what Brenda just kind of mentioned a minute ago. Defenses are starting to play you a little bit different and try to take away some things. And obviously, you're starting to adjust. And I'm curious, how have you approached that? Because it seemed like today you stayed a little bit more patient and, maybe was a little bit more of a playmaker early until moments presented themselves late. So I'm just curious how you're adjusting to the way defenses have started to kind of focus on you in a different way.
Yeah, that was the first half was definitely an adjustment for me, just to see like how they were going to play me. And the second half, I really settled down and got to see like how they were going to play me, and I just kind of played my game. But yeah, if they're going to sink off like that, I'm going to still drive it and kick it off to my shooters, and my shooters hit their shots.
Hey, Diamond. With UConn cutting the lead to 4 late, they leave you wide open for whatever reason on top of the 3, and you knocked down a big shot to kind of put the game out of reach. Can you just talk about what was going through your mind afterwards? You left the arm up and kind of, it was a big shot.
Yeah, I would leave me wide open too if I kept missing the way I was missing. But keep your follow through. It has a better chance of going in. So I was just holding it, and yeah.
My favorite play of that is just that, that's what she does when she's repping her shots every single day and before practice and after practice. So that's why you have the confidence at the end of the game, regardless of what's happened before that, to stick it and, had the extreme amount of confidence to take it.
Question for Shy. Noticed a couple times you were kind of egging the crowd on there. Looks like you guys were having a lot of fun. So what was it like to have a huge crowd out here today for the blackout game and be able to see and hear their support for this team in such a huge game?
It was really fun for this game, and every game it's really really nice to have a big crowd, and I think their energy just brings a lot of good things to us. You see, when we have a big crowd, we always seem to show up for the crowd. So it was just nice to have them have our backs, and they gave us a lot of good energy. And like B always says, that they're our best 6 man.
For Abby, there was a sequence in the second quarter where Shy hit a 3, and then Diamond had a Euro step and then kicked it out to you. It was one of 2 threes that cracked back to you. How good did that sequence feel? Just getting those 2 big threes and then hearing the roar of the crowd just directly after that.
Yeah, Shy definitely broke the ice with the 3s with that one beforehand, and I just appreciate my teammates looking for me in transition. I'm gonna keep running and keep running wide and looking for the open shot, and I just appreciate them looking for me, and glad I could get knock those down. It was definitely a big run, and it felt good. It felt good to see the ball go through, and the crowd was just so energetic on every make, steal that we had or good play. So just, yeah, really appreciative of it all.
Brendan, I'm guessing you saw the way the UConn's previous game against Princeton ended. They had a lot of turnovers in the fourth quarter. How do you kind of try to exploit that without your own team getting too helter-skelter, because you guys only had 5 today?
Yeah, super pleased. I mean, we knew they're so dangerous in transition. We had to value the basketball, so just being able to execute that. But, you know, defensively, we felt like when we scouted them from the Princeton game to the Notre Dame game, I thought the wrinkles and just the team being able to adapt, we kept changing triangle 1, triangle 2. We pressed full court. We went man. We went zone. So there were a lot of counter punches within that game. Credit these guys. They were so locked in, executed A to Z. Beautiful thing is they've set the standard now for our staff. So we ever come into another game and don't have that, we can relay back to this game, because it shows how special of a group we are. And we have to be that connected. We're undersized. You saw the rebounding, was a lot, and we're going to take those hits. We need to tighten up in that area, but we've got to be able to have different ways. Like we said, they were going to get us on the glass. We needed to do it defensively, and we did.
Yeah, Shy, in the fourth quarter there, Abby gets the end one, the rebound on the free throw, kicks out, you make that huge three. That's 7 straight games, for you in double digits. That's back-to-back huge games with, monster shots and clutch time. Just how much confidence are you playing with right now in establishing yourself as a scorer?
Just a lot of confidence. I have a great coaching staff that's always in my ear, being aggressive and just making sure I'm taking the right shots. So just kind of having that in mind, and just being confident is key. Just making sure I know I can hit those shots, and everything I'm taking I know I can hit. So just staying confident, honestly.
Brenda, Lou Lopez-Seneschal picked up 3 fouls early in that second quarter. Just what kind of difference did you see in the game? With her off the floor, and what did you just think of your guys' kind of job in defending her and kind of, getting her in that foul trouble?
Yeah, big momentum. I thought we were really locked in and finding her in transition, just making her have to take difficult shots. And I thought it was important, like we relayed, we needed to build that lead, because we knew when she came back in the second half that, they were missing a tremendous scorer. So, again, I thought they just did a terrific job making her have to take tough, difficult shots.
This is for anybody, but I think South Carolina was exactly a month ago. So since then, Baylor, Notre Dame, Connecticut. What are your impressions on how you guys have handled this schedule, which, Coach, you said was probably the hardest schedule that you've ever seen here at Maryland? So how do you guys feel like you've handled this schedule and getting these signature wins?
Sure.
I don't even know if this works. Yeah.
It does for the video.
Oh, okay. So basically, like for us, we just approach every game the same, and it does feel great, getting those top wins, especially for me, something I've never done before. Yeah, but I think we just focus on, every opponent. It's more about us than it is about them, and really focusing on ourselves and playing Maryland basketball.
I'll piggyback. I think the cool thing is just seeing the growth. A lot of new players that have had to trust, both offensively and defensively. You can see we have so much firepower, but it's taken a minute, and they've just continued to keep trusting the process. And as long as there's a lot of more great battles, but this schedule has really prepared these guys for this moment today.
Brenda, 10-plus threes in back-to-back games. Is the success from behind the arc something that you envisioned when you were building this roster in the offseason?
Honestly, we talk about shot selection a lot, and as long as we're shooting the ball with confidence like we're doing currently, that's a great thing. And it's going in. It's adapting. Every game's going to be different, and so that's where we've got to understand we can't live and die by the three, because there's nights where like Nebraska, it was off, and we've got to be able to find other ways, and every game is different. So I love where it's fallen. I hope we can continue it, and then just continuing to just understand every game is going to be different.
For Brene, that shot you made with like 3 minutes to go to stretch to 7, you kind of threw up and it seemed like that was like the loudest it's been in a while, Xfinity. Yeah. What's that type moment for you? Is that like a type of thing that's like why you transferred to play in that game, have that moment? You said you didn't really have many of those.
Yeah.
Like, what is that like for you now?
It feels like I'm honored to like play here and actually play in front of the amount of fans that I have, and like Shai said, like the ultimate 6-man. But in those moments, I really pride myself in like locking in and like I gotta make this shot for my team. Honestly, like every shot I wanted to go in, but it felt really good to like get us the lead, get us the momentum back, and really just be like I'm contributing and I'm like a part of this team. It feels great.
This question's for Coach, and if any of the players want to weigh in too, great. This question's about Abby. Just curious, when she's doing... Yeah, Abby, I'm going to embarrass you right now. Coach, when Abby is, kind of on one like she was in the first half, how much does that, like, raise the ceiling for who you guys are and what you can do?
Oh, I mean, for Abby and anyone, I mean, it just continues to infuse confidence. And what I love about all 4 of these guys is they put the work in. And it was huge. I mean, I thought she really elevated as we were, they took a punch early on us and we went down, and it really gave a ton of confidence. And, that's who Abby is. I've loved, the approach she's had, and she impacts the game in so many different ways. And I think as we continue to grow and we find each other, like we're starting to get connected on the offensive end, it's really, really difficult to be able to defend us. I think it's the most points UConn has given up this season. So again, just us understanding when we play that way with 19 assists and 5 turnovers and find each other, you're going to have a lot of success.
Yeah, Brenda, can you talk more about shot selection and maybe how your satisfaction with shot selection ebbed and flowed throughout the game?
Well, we've been firing it up, definitely between this game and Purdue. And, I do, you want to be able to make sure that players do feel confident in the shots that they take. But it's also a game like we saw that it's a game of runs and possessions, and possessions matter. So still just, continuing to find great shots. I thought there were plenty, in this game. And then still finding when they're not so much, UConn was going to make you pay for it. So I thought we definitely found that rhythm as the game went on, and we're, like we said, we're continuing to evolve like that as a team.
Hey, Diamond and Cheyenne, for you guys, Brenda touched on this being the first time you guys have ever beaten UConn, especially with all the changes this team has had in the last year. What does it mean for you two being here, the past couple of years, and Diamond, you for the several years, to be sitting here in this moment right now, taking down the power that UConn is?
I just think it's really cool because this was my first time playing against UConn, so I want to know. So.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah, me too. Exactly. So.
Well, I've played them 3 times. This is my 3rd time, and I lost both times, so I'm very happy that we came out with a win.
For any of the players, do you feel like you guys made a big, obviously, like she asked before, you guys had the wins, the last couple big wins against Notre Dame, Baylor, but do you guys feel like this was even a further national statement here today? Whoever wants to take it.
Yeah, I think it's always fun to beat amazing teams, right? Like Gino, alongside Coach Frese are amazing coaches and have had just insane players come through their program. And same thing with Notre Dame and Baylor. But at the end of the day, we just have to continue to be consistent, find that consistency, and grow together because it's a long season, right? And the Big Ten is not easy at all. So we're gonna still have our fair share of fights down the road, and we're gonna enjoy this win and all that it has to offer. But I think that come practice on Wednesday, we got to get back to it.
We have time for a couple more. We'll go to Brandon in the back.
Coach, this is for you. You just mentioned it's a game of runs. UConn's going to make a run. They tied it at 62. and then you guys went on an 8-0 run to take the lead. Can you just kind of talk about your team's fight back there and the resolve?
Yeah, ton of resiliency, and I love the fact that we never wavered. I just continued to understand that we needed to get stops on the defensive end as well as executing on the offensive end.
We'll go to Ian over here.
Back to Diamond. Today I noticed you had.
Oh, sorry.
Noticed that you had the bright green shoes on today. Sometimes you mix it up. You have like the yellow ones. Sometimes you white.
I didn't know
Is there
we
any
were-
like thought process behind which shoes you wear for which games?
Honestly, I get this question a lot. Actually, I just wore those yesterday for practice. I had a pretty decent practice. So I was like, I'm going to wear them today. And then I would change it up again. I don't like to wear a lot of the same shoe for long periods of time. I just switch it up. It's no thought process or anything. It's just the shoes I pick up. But I do like color though. Color is nice. Yeah.
We'll go to Noah in the front.
Abby, you played the whole 40 minutes. Is that the expectation at all coming in? Is that a point of pride? Do you even notice it when it's happening? Or?
Wait. I got it. 50 seconds into the second quarter.
At the end,
She asked for a sub, and we were in foul trouble. I looked down, I brought her over, and I said, "Yeah, no." And there was 2 free throws. I said, "Yeah, no."
Yeah, I mean, that just comes with preparing for the games. I did an ice bath with Diamond actually in lab this morning, and always make sure my body's feeling great. Whatever's needed for me, whether it's all 40 or no 40, I'm gonna play and try and do my thing. But yeah, I definitely was feeling the cramps in the calves near the end of it. But yeah, that's the first time I played 40 minutes ever. So yeah, and I feel good. So hopefully it'll continue.
Yeah. Wait till tomorrow morning.
Yeah. And against UConn.
Hey, Coach. We talked about on the other day at practice. I asked what I guess the team would look like with complete chemistry and cohesion. Do you feel like you saw a little bit of a glimpse of that today with everybody making their shots? You said there would be a lot of firepower to that. So I'm curious if you saw a little bit of a glimpse of that.
100%. The energy and the effort was there consistently for 40 minutes, and the mentality, like I said, just from a scouting end and changing defenses and how locked in we were at. So, and then obviously the plays are within the game. But yeah, I mean, we're growing in that direction. Was it perfect? No game is, but we're definitely growing in that direction.
We'll do 2 more. We'll go in the back.
What does it mean to defeat not just a program like UConn, but the battles that you've had with Coach Auriemma over the years? What does it mean to defeat a program like them and finally get a win over the head coach?
I'm not gonna lie. Special. Obviously he's a Hall of Famer, the best to ever do it, and you never know how much more time, and he's the best of the best in their program. So just to be able to do it here at Maryland on our home court with these guys, just the adversity that we've had to face as a team with injuries as well. So one that I'll always remember.
Finish up with Andrew.
Yeah, Coach. So a lot of the discussion coming to this game was obviously UConn, their limited availability they might have, only with 7 players. After this game, you only play 7 players, and what does that say about, the trust you have in all the girls up here and just the team as a whole? Everyone up here played at least 27 minutes. So it kind of speaks to the trust you've been able to, develop in them throughout the season.
Yeah, well said. With both teams, and we only had 9 available. We played with 7 players last year. And unfortunately, no one feels sorry for you. So you have to step up and play the next game. So, again, I love the fact that, we approach this game, just ready to compete and ready to do everything in our power to win.
Cool. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Me? Individually? Okay.